Will Smith, bungee jumper over the Grand Canyon. Let me talk about it. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right. Actor, rapper, philanthropist, and bungee jumper, Will Smith. I should call him Daredevil. And last night, I know I follow his channel on YouTube here. He did something very few people would ever dare do. Okay, he bungee jumped across the Grand Canyon out of a helicopter, a moving helicopter. He was a bad man. Now, the interesting thing before I get to all the rest of that is the fact that he had bungee jumped to over about hanging over 1,000 feet over the Grand Canyon, and he talked about fear. For him, and I'm paraphrasing this, fear is just another part of life. It's another thing that you deal with on probably in some cases on a daily basis. You know? And he said his father was the one that taught him to be fearless. You know, and to overcome it early on. I'm not going to go into detail about what his father had dealt with about fear. But he was encouraged, you know, early on to overcome it. There is a lesson behind that, you know. And I actually saw video clips of him jumping in the water with sharks, staying on top of a high-rise building. Well, so there's a couple other things he did too. But you have to follow his channel on YouTube. He does have a YouTube channel, Will Smith. I admire that. I admire that this guy takes on fear and bites it in the ass. And that's just what he did with that bungee jumper, because he was way up there, man. And he had on no helmet. He had on suspension that held him up between like some kind of bag or something. I don't know if the bag was like a safety harness if it broke or whatever, like a parachute or something. But he was very well prepared too, so I give him that. But just the fact that he said, you know, that fear is just another way of conquering things in life, to me meant something to me, because right now, personally, I have a couple of things that I had to conquer, and I'm trying to conquer myself. And it doesn't give me fear, but it gives you anxiety. For me, fear is one thing, but anxiety is another. You know, anxiety gets you all keyed up and where you to a point it's like, man, you know, to me, sometimes that goes beyond fear, sometimes it don't. You know, anxiety is when you try to deal with fear sometimes and it's like stressing you out. Fear is just like, I ain't doing it. You know. But anxiety is another point of it. I admit I do have some anxiety issues. Sometimes more than I do fear. You know. But this lesson is, you know, you never know about achieving if you don't attempt to overcome your fears. And to me, that's the lesson I got out of that. It was cool. It was amazing. You know, and hey, he did the damn thing. I thought he was joking at first when he did it, but he did it in front of his family and friends. So And matter of fact, his current wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, who was fine in the motherfucker. God damn, she's fine. He hit the mother loaded with that. I ain't gonna lie, she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. Her mother is too. And his mother was there, and his ex-wife was there. You know, all the kids were there, so it was cool. It was a beautiful thing. I'm not gonna lie. I sat there watching for about a good 30. Well, fast forward, it was about a good 40 minutes actually. So I was glued to it. Oh, I just missed it a couple hours earlier because I was planning on seeing it live myself. But I said, if I missed it, I just watched the replay. And the replay posted up on my list, my channel list. So I saw it and I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie about it. But I like his theme about conquering fear. You know, I know somebody personally who has a hard time trying to deal with life, but they have anxiety issues and they have fear issues. And I told him, I said, at some point you got to man up through life, man. You can't be a wimp all your life. I told him that. No, it's not my son. My son's not like that. Trust me. Yeah, that fear went out of him years ago. You know, but when I got my son playing sports, but he don't fear anything. Very few things he fear anymore. You know. Now I've talked to other somebody else about it, and I was trying to tell them, look, you know, they conquer one fear, but there's another couple of other things that this person didn't want to conquer, and I told him, man, you got to man up. Sometimes when it comes to being a man, you have to learn to conquer fear. You have to. That's what being a man's about. You know. And that's what I think that was the other lesson that Will Smith was trying to tell you. Hey, you know, fear is just the art of conquering fear is fear itself. And look at Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, he's a fellow homie down here in the area, and he said fear made him grow stronger as a boxer. He always would get fearful and anxious for each and every fight. That was like me. When I was a kid, I did talent shows and stuff like that, and I would be fearful of doing it before I got on stage or whatever, and I conquered it. I would just go up there and do it. Fear made you stronger. Fear made me a reason to face the music, so to speak. You know, you went out singing in choirs and stuff at church. I have anxiety issues, but I will go ahead and just do it. Just knock it out. So, you know, just knock it out the park. You know, it's about your confidence going over your fear. If you have confidence, you could take the fear out by having confidence in your capabilities of doing what you need to do and believing in yourself. That's really what it's about. That's how you conquer fear. You know, that's part of how I conquer fear. But I'm gonna tell you right up front, I ain't bungee jumping no 1,000 feet over no Grand Canyon. That's just me. I'm not doing it. He's a better man than me. I'll say that. There's no question about that. I would never. I don't think I would ever do anything like that. That's just me. Besides that, I ain't got enough money to cover me and my life insurance like he does. So, but Will, I'm glad you did it, brother. I'm proud of you. That's all I can say about it. I mean, you know, you're a better man than I am, and I'm sure it boosts your ego and your ego of your family. And I bet y'all had big fun last night too. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I ain't gonna go any further than that. But in any case, this is DJ Wolf. I'm out.